Welcome back to Spend Too Much Diecast. What is going on, crew? Welcome back to the channel. To all my returning crew members, if you are new here, welcome to Spend Too Much Diecast, where we do all different types of diecast unboxings: Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Jada, Fast and the Furious, FanHome, Pink Slips, full cases, full collections, all that good stuff. Alrighty, we are back continuing the build. If you guys saw the last video, that was doing the entire lighting kit. Now we're going back to building some of the interior on this one. So this is build 51 through 56. And I'm not going to go through the inside of the magazines again. I'm just going to show you what we're going to be doing in this video. So we're going to be finishing off the center console. And then we're going to be adding the battery compartment and dashboard. And then we're going to be finishing off the dashboard, followed by another dashboard build and another dashboard build. So this is number 4. And then finishing it off with dashboard number 5. So it looks like this entire build is going to be creating the dashboard and the center console. I did see the next issue, and that is going to be the body. Yes, we're going to start adding more to the body and hopefully starting to get this car completed. All right, so we're going to go ahead, start it right off here with issue number 51, which is the finishing off the center console. If you guys do remember in the last video, we did start it. It was the very end of the lighting kit. We put the cup holders and the cup holder cover. So now it looks like we're getting the shift knobs and the emergency brake handle. So first of all, we're getting the shift knob into the shifter. You can see on here, it's only going to be able to go one way, so you can't put it backwards. And then you can see that one is notched the correct way. So that is nice. Don't have to worry about putting it upside down or anything like that. So there we go. There is the shifter. It does have the gears up top. And in the picture, it shows that it should say GTR, but it does not on my shifter. So I wonder why they went away with that. All right, then next up we have is the emergency brake. Again, it can only go one direction. There's the emergency brake. On to the next page, and that is going to be basically the build. So it is telling us we can install the emergency brake. Which is supposed to fit in there like that. And then it's saying we're saving the top part and the shift knob for the next one. Alrighty guys, next step we're on is 52. And this one is saying the battery compartment and the dashboard. So I think all we're going to be doing is adding basically the battery component. But here is the dashboard. Oh, look at that, guys. That is going to look awesome when it is done. We did get some screws. I'm going to put the center console and stuff off to the side. And I did have to go ahead and super glue the shift knob down just because it kept popping off. It doesn't really sit in there very well. But just a little bit of super glue on the bottom there, and it worked out well. I also did super glue the handle to it just because it was popping off all the time. But other than that, usually don't have to use super glue that much. All right, so it does look like we're going to be attaching the battery box to the base of the car. It is unplugged already. We do have it here. It does say to make sure that you put the wire through the back portion of, there's a little slit back there to put the wire through there. And I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram post or anything like that, but we did do some customizing in here. I did use embossing powder to give the interior a carpet look, which is pretty cool. You basically just put glue on the bottom, make sure that the glue is completely flat, that you don't have any bumps, because otherwise the carpet will look bumped up. And you just put the embossing powder on there, shake off the remainder, and you get a carpet look to it. I know there are some parts that are a little spotty, but it's going to work for me. Plus, once it's inside the car, you might not see all of it. All right. So it does look like the battery box goes so that the GTR is going to be on the door side. And then it does say for this to go in here and back. So we will pull that through all the way so we don't have any twists or anything in it. All right, so now that goes out the bottom, and then this is going to fit in here. Hopefully snug enough, but you don't get the wires. And then it looks like when we flip it around, it's going to be getting 4 screws. So we'll go ahead and get that screwed in, and then we'll come back. And we are back. We did go ahead and put the 4 screws into the bottom. And that is going to be that. I think eventually the NOS bottles will go over that to cover the batteries. And then basically that's the build. And then it says to save that for the next one. That's the one pet peeve that I will say I have about this build, is like both of these, the last two we just did, 51 and 52, were like 3 parts. So why couldn't they add it all as one and save us some subscription than making a bunch of different ones? But that's what they do to make their money, I guess. All right, so next up we have 53, and it looks like we're going to be adding more to the dashboard. So we got the screws here. Looks like we got gauges and a dash cluster. So let's go ahead and see what we got. The only thing that I don't like about the embossing powder is, even though it is glued down, it seems like you still get some on your hands. So that's the reason why I did it kind of towards the end of the step, because after that, I don't think we should be doing much more with that interior. Alrighty. And I do believe as well, we are going to be putting some lights behind this. All right, so starting it off, looks like we have, this is the top that goes on the top of the dash, the bezel, and then it looks like it says we are going to be adding the gauges, which is pretty cool. That is going to be going right into there. And again, it just says they pop on, which it looks like it does. If they start falling off or anything, I suppose you could put a little bit of glue, but that, and then this looks like it's going to be going into the dash, which it fits in right here. Perfect. And then on the back, it says we are putting some AP screws on that. All right, and then here's the second one. Again, you are screwing plastic into plastic, so just make sure you don't over tighten anything. All right, next up, looks like we are doing this 3 bezel for the gauges, and that looks like it is going to fit over here. Let's see, it's probably going to be angled. Okay, so there is a big hole there and then a big notch there. So again, with this, you can only put it one direction. There we go. That is on there. And then it looks like that back part is attached with another AP screw. Okay, again, it is plastic, so don't over tighten anything. All right, then it looks like we are going to be fitting the gauges in there. So let's see, we have 3 gauges. I don't think, so it does say E, F, and G are the numbers. So let's see what they are. And they just kind of pop in there like that. All right, so that is how the gauges should be. There's, I can't really tell what they are. One's probably boost, one's probably vacuum or something like that. They're kind of hard to see, but that is how they should go, like that. All right, and then we are taking our dashboard, putting it on the back side, and placing it like that. It doesn't say to screw anything in yet or anything like that. That is what the dash looks like from the other side. And then it is saying we need to retrieve some wiring. So let me retrieve those and then we'll come back. Looks like we're getting U and P. Right, guys, and we are back. I just went ahead and screwed it in off camera, but I will show you what we went ahead and did. So there is your P wire here. It is connected with a screw there and a screw there. So that's going to be your back lighting and your lighting for this part. And then also this was the other one. This was the U cord. And that's going to be your lighting for behind those gauges. The one thing that I am scared about is because we had to pre-plug all these plugs in. You guys got to be careful pulling these out. You don't want to over pull them and then you pull the wires out of the plug. So that is going to be that. And then it looks like there is another light here that's probably going to have to go somewhere in the vehicle. I don't know if it's going to be a dome light or something like that. So that'll probably be saved for later. But then basically that was your step. So eventually all these wires are going to have to get ran and stuff like that. I do not want to plug it back in. So hopefully after we get everything put in, all this stuff will still work. Alrighty, next up we have the dashboard build again, issue number 54. And again, one piece. See, that's what I'm saying. They could have put all this into like 3 builds and then just let us keep going with some other stuff, because this basically has 1 part to it. So they're definitely making their money off of this, and we're not even going to be using this in this build. So they give us the bottom half of the dashboard, which you're not even using. The only thing we're doing in this build is we're taking the switch and we're putting the switch on the vehicle, which goes right there. And that is your final thing, and save your dashboard for later. So off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and add that switch, and then we'll come back and I guess go right into the next one. Alrighty guys, and we are back. So you can see it back there. There's the switch. I did have to sit it on something because the wires do kind of hang down. So hopefully at the base of the car, there's enough clearance where those wires can stay down. So now it looks like we have 2 more builds out of this issues, and then we are done. We have 55 and 56 left, which I believe is just going to basically finish off our dashboard. So we got dashboard 4 and dashboard 5 left, and then that is it. All right, so let's see what we have here. So it looks like we're going to be building the glove box. So we have a part here, which looks like it goes upward like this, and then this piece is going to fit in those holes there, like that. Snap that on. There is your glove box. That is one part. Okay, now it looks like we're taking that and bringing out this piece here, which was from the previous build that we did absolutely nothing with. And we're turning that around, and then looks like this is going to sit. If I were a glove box, I would sit probably like that. All right, so that sits in there like that on that lever and that lever. All right, and then it looks like we have a bracket and some screws we're going to be putting on. So let's go ahead, open the screw. All right, guys, and we are back. So what I was saying is you can see the notch right there. You want to get the bracket over the top part of the circle, and then the second one on that, and then you want to do the same for the other side. I don't know if we can see it here, but you can see it down there. Again, careful tightening it. You are tightening into plastic to plastic, so you don't want to over tighten it and break it. But now you can open and close the glove box, and if it's kind of loose, you can maybe tighten it a little bit so it does stay up and it doesn't like flop open. All right, now it looks like we're putting another lever, another compartment door back here. Okay, which looks like it goes like that in there, and then I'm sure there's going to be a bracket that goes over that. Yep. Right here. Here is the bracket that's going to go over it. Looks like there's a dot right there and a piece right there. Or does it go? Yep. So there's a dot right there, and then there's the notch. Nope. All right, I see what you have to do. So you actually have to push in the door all the way. You can see how that side sits up and that side sits down. And that is because on here, see that little notch there? That is going to go down on the downside. So right there. See that little notch will fit right in there. And then it looks like these are going to get two screws as well. I don't know, guys. I played around with it and I can't get the door to open, but that is considered the ashtray, so we don't need to be smoking anyways in the GTR and getting ashes everywhere. So if it is supposed to open, I can't figure out how. Every time I put the piece back on, it just seems to keep the door completely closed. So it's just going to stay like that. And then basically that is this issue. So now we're on to the last issue here, which is issue number 56, and that's going to wrap up this video. So this video actually should probably be one of the shortest builds on here. And like I said, they could have definitely put these builds into more than one for sure. All right, so let's see what we're doing here. So we are doing the Multimedia Center. So we have the Multimedia Center here and the flap here. So that flap goes like that. Then it looks like that goes like that. And then we have two screws that we're going to be screwing it in, which are KPs. Alrighty, so we got that all screwed in. That is the bracket there. Then it looks like we are taking a screen and sliding that in. So it says to hold it like this. And this is the only screen I see. So popping it like that. Multi-screen into the housing. Be careful. Attention to the correct orientation as shown in the image. So that's the image. So I'm guessing when it turns around, it should be like that. All right. Then we're going to be putting on the backing. Oh, that's what that light was. Ah, see, remember the light on the top of the dash? That's where that light's going to be going into. All right, so we are screwing this in with KP. There we go. And again, we are screwing plastic to plastic. So just make sure you don't over tighten, and there you go. So now we're bringing back out our dashboard, and then it is saying that this is going to go upside down into here. Like that. And then again, we're going to have a bracket, which is here, kind of like the glove box bracket. That's going to go over with the notches and all that to secure it. So let me go do that, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, guys, so there's the bracket. And then again, that allows this to pop up and pop down, which is pretty cool. It does stay up pretty good, I would say. So that is nice there. All right, now it looks like we're going to be attaching this whole thing together. I don't think it said to put the light in anywhere yet. Oh, maybe that's not going to go in there. Maybe that's going to be a different light. I don't know. We'll have to see on that. All right, but now it looks like we are attaching all this together. So let's get our wires in the back there so they're out of the way. Here is the other dash part. So let's see here. So it's saying to see it from behind. All right, it wants this wires to go here. All right, and then these wires to hang down, and it doesn't say what to do with this one yet. I think it's going to go here, but I'm not sure. All right, and then this would go backwards. All right. Basically, it's going to go like this with all the wires back here. All right, so it looks like we have a screw hole there, there, and then there. So I'm going to go ahead and get all those screwed in, and then we'll come back. Alrighty, guys, and we are back. So there it is. There is the dash. We got everything together. Like I said, it was a screw there, a screw in the middle, and then a screw on that side. That puts everything together. We have the opening parts here. That wire, I'm guessing, is just going to come out from there. Still don't know what this one is, where this one is going to go. I thought it went in there, but I don't know if there's even going to be a light in there. There might be from another one. And then looking from the front side, there's your gauges, there's your console, and then here you do have your opening glove box. And then you do have this part here, which pops open as well. Of course, once it's in the car, you're not going to be able to access it from the back. So we'll have to figure out how that opens from the top. But that looks pretty cool. And then we did add the batteries there. We do have the center console that we kind of started. We have the shift knob left over, and then the lid, which eventually will go on here. I know this part's going to probably get screwed down to the base first, so that'll all be for another video. But I did say the next video is coming. I got confirmation that it's going to start shipping. So I just do want to say thank you to all my crew members out there, everybody who likes, shares, comments, subscribed, all that good stuff. I do appreciate everybody out there who is a crew member and helps with this channel. If you are new here, take 2 seconds, go down below, hit the subscribe button, join the Spend Too Much Diecast crew, all that good stuff. I do appreciate all my crew members out there. Like I said, this was a nice, short, sweet build. Probably faster than some of the other ones, but we did make some progress. So thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see everybody on the next build/unboxing. Bye.